What's up, dudes and dudettes? We're back with some more Shazam action. It's been a little bit since I've uploaded anything, but this time we're going to be looking at how to beat Bane's Wakeups in Injustice 1. We're not going to be looking at body press first. We're going to be looking at double punch. So again, this series focuses on how to beat Wakeups with Shazam. So how do you beat double punch? Well, the second part of double punch only comes out on hit. It does not come out on armor. So back 3 and forward 3 all work. Yup. Also, after something like this, just a straight up jump 2 and I believe jump 3 actually, yeah. So if you end combos after... Yeah, so if you end combos in Herculean Might, both jump 2 and jump 3 work. If you end them in Achilles Clutch and the person is using double punch, it's a little bit different story. It's actually much more difficult to punish them. And I think you have... Oh, I did not know that worked. So if you do a really early jump 2, like really early, yeah, like super early, I do not suggest doing that. But what you can do is, I think there's like a, I think you can get off it down 2. So you have about 9 or so frames. Let's see. I know this is a little bit specific timing. I don't know, why am I not down 2ing? Yeah. So I don't think you can push a button. And then you can tick into whatever you want. Either move works. But it's also super important to remember that Bane has access to Venom. And while he's Venomed up, all of these Wakeups will beat you. I don't think they all go through armor. So I think you can still forward and back 3 through things. But they will beat everything else. So all of your jump-ins will get beat by his armor and all that. What is kind of nice, so double punch you can beat in different ways. You can beat double punch after Herculean Might with both jump 3 and jump 2. After Achilles Clutch, less so, and you can also beat it by using backward and forward 3. Body press, same deal. Boop. Easy. With armor, actually, I don't even know what happens with Venom. Let's see. Yeah, so you still go through that, even though he has armor. Okay, so you can use your armor. You can also, if he's unarmored, you can, after Herculean Might, either jump 3 or jump 2. Depending on how deep your jump 3 is, you can cross up. So important to know if you, you're trying to land that sweet combo. Same thing with jump 2. Depending on where you hit it, you may end up going over or under, or excuse me, to front or back of Bane. So let's try that again. And here's to the front. Oh no. Okay. So it always, I guess maybe more often believe that you're going to go to the back and prepare accordingly. Venom Uppercut we're going to do last because Venom Uppercut is probably the one that with the most nuance. Raging Charge. You can stuff this with anything you want as long as he's not armored. If he's armored, he will punch through everything you want to do, and there's not really much you can do about it. Raising Charge also has a bit of nuance in that you can reversal this. So when I say you can reversal it, I mean Bane is minus 10, right? So he's minus 10. Herculean Might hits on the 11th frame. So normally you're in block stun for this long, right? So you're in block stun for forever, and you can still pull that off. But I think a lot of Banes, when I was back in the day, they felt really safe after this. There wasn't a lot of people that could do much of anything to them after that, because they might be -10, but they're so far away. And it turns out Shazam can do something, so that's kind of cool. That was always something to keep under your hat. They could also then try to armor special move through that as well. And it was actually kind of tricky. Like the block stun feels like it feels really weird. But it is possible, and is a very neat way to beat Raging Charge. You can't really do... and after Achilles Clutch, you can beat it. So again, this is just a big move with no startup invincibility. Ring Slam is very much like Lobo's grab, Doomsday's grab. It doesn't really matter what you do or where in the air you are. If you are airborne, Bane is gonna grab you. It doesn't matter. So smart Banes would start using this as an anti-air when you started dunking them out of other things. But again, if they did that, then you do your dash up, and then you screw them up. You mess them up with the lightning. Break the bat, obviously, great move. But now we're going to go over Venom Uppercut, which I feel like has the most nuances, the most interesting. So obviously, it's an uppercut. Banes use this a lot. I'm going to show you a good trick, just period, to use. So, I say that, I don't do it. Jump 3. So jump 3 can actually stuff. It can't stuff. It trades, and it's a winning trade. Timing is a little bit tricky. It's actually not as tricky as I'm making it seem to be. So yeah, I believe jump 2 also, does it also trade? No. Yeah, it does. Okay, so both jump 2 and jump 3 trade. Jump 3 is a trade in your favor at 11% versus 10% from the Venom Uppercut. Obviously, if he's got Venom on, that trade is going to be super in his favor. He'll take less damage and he'll deal more damage. So usually best to close out a round to add just to really get him close. It's hard to justify doing it when he's got armor. I would do this often when people didn't expect to get beaten. And so they wouldn't armor up. They'd just be like, oh no, Venom Uppercut will take care of this. And it turns out that, boom, you get hit with the jump 3, you're eating 11%, which is quite a bit of life. And then they would start armoring up. But it was really useful every once in a while. But the other cool thing... Oh, you know what? Let's take a look at Achilles Clutch. Achilles Clutch is a very interesting... You will get beat either jump 1 or jump 3, but jump 2, if you hit it at a very specific time, like super early, you can actually stuff the move. You can trade. Let me see if I can get this, because it's actually fairly tricky, but you can do it. You have to do it early. There you go. So you can actually stuff the move completely if you've got a good read, and you know that, they're not going to armor through it. See? The follow-up is always a little tricky, so it's weird because you don't know whether to hold forward or backward if you're going to go for a big combo. So I always kind of do 2 into 2, 2, and then command grab, just because it's a little bit easier to manage. Let's see if I can actually do it. You know what? We're going to let that one lie. Just know you can beat it. Last little bit is... So using forward 3 or back 3 are... They're okay. But you have to use it so friggin' early, almost before he leaves the ground. to get anything useful out of it. Because like if you just run up and do it, he's gonna go over you. Same for back 3. You have to use it fairly early in the move as Bane's waking up. The best part though is Banes would throw this out a lot. They really didn't give a shit. So you get a free activation and follow-up. I promise. Because he ends up going so high. Let's do it here. Let's do it this way. My hands are a little cold. I'm gonna blame my hands. You get a full combo punish off of a blocked. There you go. I'm gonna make this work. It's 1-1 into down back 1, back 3, into jump 3, into, there you go. So that's 38%, and it doesn't matter if they have armor. The armor ends while the move is on recovery. However, Bane could do this, right? So Bane did have, oh, I don't want to control this character, I just want to set the AI. So he could meter burn Venom uppercut for that, right? And it's actually kind of tricky, but you can do the same dang thing. The timing is different. You want to hit like, you're down 2 to hit his back, not like his legs, so you can't do it really early. But you can do it sort of pseudo early, right? And you can get a full, this is an overhead, so it's, so there you go, right? So the problem being, like, not the problem being, this is just tricky. Timing is tricky, and you still end up getting hit, and this is a good trade for Bane. But if you do it correctly, you're looking at 38% damage. Cool. So that is Shazam versus Bane. You need to watch out for armor. You're typically going to want to end combos in something like, you know what? It's up to you. There's no perfect way to do this. That's for sure. Body press will beat if you just run in and block. You know, you're expecting Venom uppercut. He can body press you and that hurts a ton. If you're jumping a lot, he will be able to use ring slam, his anti-air grab, which does a ton of damage. Armor is a great way to get through things for sure. It beats the grab, it beats the anti-air grab, it beats the double punch. It also beats Raging Charge, as long as it doesn't have, as long as those moves don't have armor and you use them at the appropriate time. Armor is probably the best way to get through to Bane. But that being said, Bane is a monster, and if you misjudge any of that, if you do anything incorrectly, you're looking at half your life gone. So there are a few interesting things about this, especially Banes used to love getting in with Raging Charge, and it felt really good to reversal punish to that. So they literally have to jump or duck at the on the frame they recover to escape this setup. So that was always kind of nice. But other than that, man, this is a tricky matchup for Shazam for sure. He just does so much damage. And back in the day when I did a Reddit tournament, so the subreddit, the Injustice subreddit had a tournament, and I was playing Wet Dova, and the dude, I didn't know that his level 3 Venom completely ignores projectile damage, and I ended up wasting meter and throwing a big boy lightning bolt that would have killed him on hit or on chip, and the fricker just ran right through it and destroyed me. So that was heartbreaking. Anyway, that is Shazam versus Bane. This was dope. That was so dope and super fun to do to unsuspecting Blade players. Anyway, gang, that's it. Look out for more sometime soon. Maybe. Peace.